How you doing, Claudio? That's not what I... Oh, it goes with my... Okay. But I was gonna start where... Okay. We kinda need to reset this.
So you survived the system.
Salve.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know
Yeah, that's true,
everyone
Gloria.
and exactly what's about to happen to them?
You would never believe me if I told you.
Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise.
You are better off not knowing. Yeah.
That's a shame. Now everybody's gonna think I'm some kind of oracle for knowing the future before it happens, and I have no way of explaining it. Hey, maybe the patricians will start treating me with a bit more respect. But then again, probably not. All right, I'll leave you to it, friend.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings, I'm Giorgio.
No, you want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some
My
questions.
friend, your words intrigue me more and more, but yet... I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Was we I want to ask about the statue, but I can't ask him now. We're gonna do the voting soon, and all hell is gonna break loose. So.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor. The water they have
Does she talk to us?
Isn't that a big long bow? Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock cap at murder.
Yeah. Because I walked up to her room, so she wanted to talk to us right now. Voting is gonna happen soon. I have to wait until that is. Well, I can't force it to happen, but I want to explore. Need 2 more pieces too. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that doesn't stay. Good. I wonder where the other three parts are. I think I'm only gonna get like one more ending probably. Because if I need all those things, I'll go for all of them. A lot to get. Unless we are lucky. I guess you need all 4 pieces to unlock this one. And then there's a door here too. I have no idea about. Also has to do with the temple.
Galerius?
You,
Horatius?
Tantalus,
Looking a
cannot
bit troubled
catch the
there.
drops of water.
Still no sign
And
of
the
Centaur.
tree you grasp
And I haven't slept right
eludes
3
you.
weeks.
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm gonna go and do something crazy here. Because I think there is an option.
So you survived the system.
Yeah. Oops, yes.
Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Wait, sorry. That's where we're supposed to be going. Okay. Let's see. See what happens here.
You.
Yeah. Clore, nobody sent me. What's going on? Who did this to you? Yeah, we need
father.
your father.
I don't know. Behind me. The only problem is... I'm going to take that key from around his neck. I'm done, Karen. There won't be enough time.
Oh, but if I let you go, everyone else is going to die.
What? No. You can't just leave me here.
Not heartless, just rational. Our escape isn't worth the lives of everyone here.
I hate you. I spit on you.
Yeah, but we know he is totally nuts, though.
So you survived the system.
Let's see. We don't rescue this time because then this will go. Let's see what happens if we talk to him about this.
Ah, you've returned.
I know what you did to Scintilla.
What are you talking about?
Keeping her tied up in the system.
You know, you remind me of him. Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
A rough start on the gambling, huh? Oh, you remember him?
Now, surely you.
Okay, we
you
have
see,
talked
but
about this
he was
before,
a
so let's see what
moral and
happens.
and when he, the
I have
next
to go
time
through all
he
this
believes
again.
and yet, because so.
You knew there was a way out, and you were locked up. You don't keep it a secret.
Why? Isn't it obvious? And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I
Yeah, we went through this
Why
yesterday.
would-
Don't hand it over, you might have an uprising on your hands.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies.
Right thing to do.
You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about. Understand that to me, you've never been.
What's to stop me from taking by force?
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so. And you being here will be an impossible.
Yeah, we know that.
means if I die, you'll be flung back to your... I
This is nowhere.
certainly hope not. In fact, I wanted to go on and...
Yeah. I'll find a way to break the cycle and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now get out of my villa.
Okay, we're gonna talk to his daughter. The daughter. Oh shit! Is that happening now? But where is she now then?
I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here.
Can we talk about Scintilla?
Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it.
Father, your father has been keeping her tied up in the upper system.
What? Is this some kind of crude commoner joke?
No joke.
No, surely not. Father, is this true?
I'm afraid it is.
I don't understand. Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Because she found a way out. And if you're wondering why I'm telling you this, it's because you're never going to remember any of it. All I have to do is commit a sin, and the day will begin again. Watch this. I'm going to kill you now.
Horatius!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
It's almost as if you're trying to extend my lifespan.
Oh, come on. Blocked me so I couldn't avoid getting hit then. Okay.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are?
I need to take care of some things urgently.
shall see.
He was dying, but Lucretia can't help her without this Sylphium. Take some of it and go quickly.
Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do that.
Rufus has been threatening Virgil. If he gave him some of this willow bark, it would treat his rheumatism and he'd settle down.
Poor Virgil. Poor Ruf.
Need to stop Fabi,
Alright,
enter
let
an
me
empty
see.
shrine. That's it, now go
I'll
fast.
go.
Go. Pretty good. We stop all that bullshit now. That's pretty good though, because that means you don't have to redo everything. That's what I like about this game, at least. Even if you are in a time loop, you don't have to redo everything.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life.
I really need to talk
All
to
right,
Ulpius.
well-
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Ulpius, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
If you lose your balance, you'll
No,
fall.
wait,
the
American
idea.
Nightmare
What?
did
Why? Why would would you
do
want
it
that?
in some ways,
Why do you
but
think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know
we've
things are
gone
hard for
through
you.
all this.
Please,
I'm sorry.
please, help him.
And that we can skip. Talk to him.
Thank you.
It's what Centilla would want.
You know,
You would never believe me if I
Well,
told you.
you don't understand.
We can help solve your
It's
problem.
too late for that. If I backed out now, I'd be...
If Cruiser was able to get some Sylphian in time to save her life, she's going to be fine.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Wait, why do you need 2,000 denarii?
Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. And that's how much it will take to buy our freedom back.
Okay. How did you get yourself into so much debt? What? You know this.
Oh. So it's my fault. Is that it? You know what? Forget it. I'm out. Wherever you are. Send to
Oh,
my love.
come on, you
I'm sorry.
stupid.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe you. I'll have to let everyone, and I'd best. I hope you're coping.
I'm looking for a Roman plaque that was removed from the obelisk.
Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say.
Perhaps the magistrate would like to know about your beliefs.
What you're doing is disgusting, and it's not going to work. Shame on you. Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have.
Enough.
Oh, so.
Shit. But there's one person I can't find, and he's the priestess. He's like nowhere to be found when I'm running around. We helped him. He doesn't need a name.
Welcome.
Helped her.
Feeling alright?
There's nothing
That's
there.
a shame.
Sorry, was there some...
What do you think about the golden rule?
Our priestess Equitia once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans, they don't cry easily. They've never
I should have just given him the
physically hurt
2,000,
anyone.
that's the problem.
But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Can I help?
I doubt it. I mean, the election is today, and you've
Oh
only
yeah,
just arrived.
I think I have a way.
I just don't think there's enough time for you to do anything.
We'll see about
I
that.
suppose we will. All right. Goodbye.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Wonder how much one of
these statues is worth on the outside.
Shiny. Salve.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
So, where can the priestess be then? It's like nothing to get here. There's nothing in here. There's something behind this. Okay, what we have to do when we do one of those things, I need this one to come out and chase us so I can get in here. There's stuff in there I want. Okay. So we're gonna have to kill somebody to force that one. Still don't know how we're gonna get her to talk though. Need to see if I can find Obsipple. Poem. Life has been torturous as 7 laborers of Hercules, orphaned, defeated and enslaved, yet I would suffer it all again gladly. For each last wound and tragedy brought me to you. Radiant as Rome's sacred flame, your bright warmth nourished my soul. I know I can never touch you any more than I hold Vesta's flame, but to watch and love you from afar, bathing in your glow. Hello, Wally.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you.
I thought I had that one already. Looking for more of those plaques. While we're at it.
Handsome. Ah, you're here, and you're not.
Don't waste your breath. I know you're a horrible person.
How dare you? Get away from me, you pig.
Yeah, we know she's a horrible one. Read that one before.
just as the ocean, but it.
Mm-hmm.
The newly.
He won't tell us about the patterns, so it's no point talking to him. Apparently. The background music is so relaxing. The place is called a curse. Here, Titios offers up his innards to be torn, stretched over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you. You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns. Ixion turns and follows after himself and flees, and the 49 Lides, who dare to plot the destruction of the cousins, their husbands, fetch again with incessant labor the water they have lost. Bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Get to that one.
What are you doing here? Please leave.
Okay, does that one spawn every time here? So I have to go here 4 times? Are you serious?
I said please leave. You're trespassing.
These carvings. It seems like I have to reset it 4 times to get inside there. Be something here?
I hope you're taking care of it.
See if there's money up there again. Okay. There she is. Okay. Very good. Save.
A new face, Ave, and maybe.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return,
how's the
we
work
offer
on your
praise,
thesis going,
wine,
Ali?
incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Is it a short version?
I suppose so. Jupiter and Mercury put a town to the test by disguising themselves as vagrants and asking for shelter there. Everyone turned them away and failed that test, except for an old couple named Baucis and Philemon, and so the gods gave them time to escape and granted them a wish, and then wiped that town off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves. I'm pleased to hear it.
How would I go about talking to whichever god is responsible for the Golden Rule?
Well, I suppose we'd first need to figure out which god that is, and I'm afraid even I don't know, although I have my suspicions. This might sound like a strange question, but please humor me. How did you find your way here?
Yeah, we've gone through this before.
And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
It's an older name, but not uncommon where I am from.
Older. I see.
Come on, spit it
I
out.
apologize. Have you? I really think.
Yeah. You're being a bit coy.
No, I just.
You may have noticed already noticed the pattern.
You have? Then what is it?
Next game is gonna be Into the Pit. People mention the coin.
Yes, I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? What else?
Some people mention the
Yes.
river.
What else?
Yeah. And
That's
relapses. That's right.
see.
Yeah, she
Because
was
I've-
wearing a hoodie. All right. Oh, yeah, we're gonna meet her in the baths.
Let's see.
Ooh,
We
baby.
can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
But I want to bath together with you. Into the pit or into the pit, something like that, I think it's called. This is some progress at least.
wondering how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood? Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
This place is the underworld?
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
What can you tell me? So we are dead?
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
What can you tell me about Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
Oh, she does. Why didn't you all recognize Karen immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Why are there so few people in the underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river. But that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
You trying to keep this from me?
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help. I promise you.
That's all the questions I had.
Now that we know where we are, We have to figure out what to do about it if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Notice you seem uncomfortable calling the god of the underworld by his name. Why is that?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Can't we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft.
There is.
And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
Tell me more about confronting Pluto head-on.
Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Oh, you know Hercules, Gloria. Hercules couldn't manipulate time or turn organic matter into gold.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city.
Okay.
The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've
Yeah, I
lived
know
here,
what you do,
and
lady.
there doesn't even seem to be
I
a
think.
keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
What can you tell me about the obelisk?
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple.
Information we already know
a
about this.
dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style. Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques. Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Okay, where can I find... Okay, we have the Roman plaque. Write this up again. We're gonna find a Greek one.
But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
Egyptian?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna ask her. We know she's a evil one. The mystery plaque
You're
then.
on your own with that one, but perhaps finding the other three will illuminate the way.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. Tell me more about escaping with the help of Proserpina or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape,
I
and
think
Aeneas
that
was
is
guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing
That's the guy that we
king,
found
and a
down in
brawler
the
about
caves,
their
I
own heroic
think.
deeds.
Or
So
spirits.
they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
So she might be willing to work against him to help us.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
Might have. I hear the female statues whispering to me every now and then.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
It's always the same voice, and she's helpful, if a little cryptic.
Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
I have already found a way to escape.
Truly? Then why are you still here?
Because the path will result in the deaths of nearly everyone here, and I don't want that.
Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your compassion. Truly. Thank you. But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you-know-who.
Okay, alright. Ready to get started.
Alright. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
Yeah.
In any case,
I have a
time
chat with
is of
Livia.
the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Yeah, that was a very informative information. Good. Wonder where she goes after she disappears during the day. I have like no idea. I have to remember when we do a time loop, we have to come that part, talk to her. Okay, let's see, we are gonna do this now. We are gonna talk to our Greek trader.
Welcome to my humble
Georgius.
store. Greetings, I'm Georgius.
I know. Do you know where I might find a Greek plaque?
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman. Plus, I have no hair left.
Yeah, we see that.
But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Hey,
I
thank
hope
you.
that our paths cross again soon, my...
Romans just stole all the names, stole all the Greek gods, huh?
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible?
Reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
How so?
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom.
Oh yeah, this story.
Forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Go on.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
You're a good man, Galerius.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Hey.
Hello? Hello? Have we met before?
Yep. Got the Greek plaque in yourself.
Do you like it? It's shiny, innit?
Salve.
It makes me happy just looking at it.
Yeah, please have it.
But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad.
Need it for something really important.
But it's mine, and I really
You're gonna have
like
to
it.
switch.
I want to keep it.
Alright, what's it going to take for you to give it to me?
Well, if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too.
There's no way Centrus will release you, but perhaps if you have a new magistrate.
Like Galerius?
Yeah.
He's...
All I need to do is persuade everyone to vote for Galerius.
Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque, and everyone will be happy. Bye-bye.
So there's two reasons why I need him out now. Okay, we're gonna do something here now. Save. Before we go and talk to Olivia.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to...
This
I'm not
witch.
supposed to be in here.
Can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me?
What do you think about the Golden Road?
I think it's about to be broken if you don't hurry up and leave.
How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I think Malleolus, don't think he is who he is. That's
Perhaps
he
you're
is.
not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
Mr. Hans was hoping we could figure out his true identity together.
You know, I may have the very thing
Yeah, I
you're
know.
looking
The
for.
last time I did,
Some time
did
ago,
this
you
wrong,
used to- Now, I confronted. I let
the wrong choice there. I just hate to see. I think I took that. I want to force him to withdraw from the election.
To withdraw. Listen, I may not. You must think me quite mad. Dimitri!
Yes, that was not it. God damn it. It was the choice I picked last time because it was marked. Oh. Thing is. And let's see. Okay, let's go and talk to Olivia. Yeah, no, it's. I was thinking that's what I picked, and it was the next choice I picked wrong. But it was that one I picked wrong. That was my own stupidity.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
I figured it out. I know where we are.
Say it. Speak its name.
Underworld.
Then it is true. I was right.
You were.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Cool. So, what more? We are supposed to... this is his room. Told Lucretia about the dreams I have been having. She said it might help her divine the meaning if I wrote them down. It happened again last night. The man by the river was there. As always, his face shrouded in shadow from the peculiar ram headdress. Once again, he introduced himself as Curti and told me he had dragged me from the river. He seemed to smirk as he said his name. It meant something I could not understand. Indeed, the name rings a bell, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I heard it. I don't think I will sleep soundly again until I know who is Curti. So... Roman. Ask the old man if he's seen Kabash. Which... Let's see now. This up?
Don't you just love springtime?
It's Talk to this chap and see what he has to say now then.
Come and join me by the fire.
Just a second. Yeah, this is what that was the way out.
Ah, a visitor.
Save.
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your...
Yep. Laura?
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I'm looking for Kabash.
Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute.
Oh, you're
I'm hoping that person
about
is
your
you.
name.
Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Hello, god of the underworld.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
If I have
Good
to.
enough for me. Now, let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I'm not sure, it's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the Golden Rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
It is.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the Golden Rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Whose version of right and wrong?
That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
Is there one system? No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
I think there is no such thing as a correct morality.
So is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and customs of whichever community we're in?
Well, we can't. I mean, that would be great, but it would be chaotic because people think it's so. No. We need to follow the laws and customs of our community.
Ah, you know, I think you'd find an ally in Herodotus, a scribe from among my people who lived some 400 years ago. He told the story of a man named Darius, whose curiosity was piqued when he learned that a certain tribe had the practice of eating their dead.
He asked some Greeks who burnt their dead, "What would it take for you to eat your dead?" Aghast, they replied, "Nothing." Then he asked the tribe who ate their dead, "What would it take for you to burn your dead?" "Nothing," they replied, equally aghast. From this, Herodotus concluded that custom is king, that right and wrong are merely local ideas which do not survive the journey from one tribe to another. I take it you're in agreement?
Yes.
Then let me ask you this. If you visited a tribe where they ate each other, copulated with the dead, and drank wine from cups made out of human skulls, would you still maintain that within such a tribe there is nothing wrong with such conduct?
Yes.
Disturbing. And while I do not agree with you, at least you would have the support of Herodotus.
What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
Fair point.
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them.
Sure, that is so true.
We must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
I agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
What's your story?
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
I'm listening.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated, he drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny.
Hades, you mean Pluto?
They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades.
Why can't you return to the surface?
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again.
Why can't you tell me your name?
I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive.
Where is everyone else?
I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning. But one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
How have you survived down here?
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine arguments, where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner.
Talk about something else?
As you wish.
Do you know a way out of here?
Ha! If I did, would I be living like this?
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me. Ha!
You know where can I find a plaque that was removed from the obelisk?
You seek the plaque bearing the Egyptian inscription?
That's the one.
It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you if Kabash had not already taken it.
Alright, and tell me where Kabash is.
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the Shrine of Persephone became the Shrine of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans.
Which is so far?
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription.
What did it say?
We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
What's in there?
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
Cheating! Broken bot. You going now?
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
Alright, well. Yep, let me get my last cup of coffee for the day. Right back. But I like this historical. You get to learn a little bit more things. Nice. This might be one of the philosopher's 11 friends who he outlived. We have a lot of arrows. Okay, let's see what over here. You. And a board for an ancient game called Senet, the rules for which are long forgotten. Headshot. Headshot. Throat shot. Shit. An Egyptian plaque which translates to "the many shall suffer for the sins of the one." An ancient Egyptian statue of a man with the head of a jackal. Could this be Anubis? Could be, huh? Egyptian plaque returns this in. We're gonna have to kill you. Golden bone, yeah.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you?
I'm Clora. Who are you?
I am Kabash. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors,
I'm just looking for an Egyptian plaque.
To what end?
I want to return it to the obelisk.
That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it and restore the honor of Osiris.
A plaque bearing a hieroglyphic inscription, Osiris, Lord of Silence. Oops.
Now, as for the other plaque.
The 4 plaque, you know about that?
Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was.
May I have it?
You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it.
Why?
Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie.
How so?
I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is?
The Egyptian underworld?
It has a name, and that is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story, and here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew.
So what's the problem with this plaque?
It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us. and that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this, I cannot accept. I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
What does the inscription say?
You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris's name.
Oh, I need that.
You are too late. It is done.
Now I'm going to have to go in after it.
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness.
We'll see. First, I have some questions for you.
If it will help you to see reason, then ask.
What's your story?
I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before me. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity to learn Latin. And
See,
eventually
you Greeks just
traveled
built
to
over
Rome.
other people's
When the
places
fires
too.
broke out last year, I tried to help.
Just
I
as bad
gathered
as the
terrified
Romans, Gloria.
locals into my boat and led many of them to safety farther along the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sinking, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs. I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was Kirti, and at the time, I simply thought him odd. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Kirti, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead.
You know a way out of here?
This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memories of my people. If our ways are to be remembered, it falls to me.
What do you think about the golden rule?
I think if someone is to break the golden rule, it will not be me.
Yeah,
For
right,
I try
Gloria.
to live as I always have by the command of the goddess Ma'at. Do to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why it has long been said among my people that gold is the skin of the gods.
What do you think is down there?
I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the underworld? Perhaps it is infinite darkness. Perhaps it is the lair of Amit, the devourer of souls. All I know is it would be unwise to venture down there.
Perhaps. Oh, what? That just makes me want to go down there even more.
Is everyone so contrary where you are from? Do not even consider it.
I'll be going now.
Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes. I urge you, return to the surface with the Romans. It will be safer for you.
Whee! Nergal, the fierce one. Take item. here. I want to explore. Ancient stone tablet. Stranger, heed the final words of Namkuzu. Bear witness to our aftermath and lament us. We did our best to live as the gods commanded. We planted and harvested together. We shared bread and water. Oh, bread and beer. So used to saying bread and water, it's like just automatic reading that. We shared bread and beer. They accepted newcomers with open arms as a family. But with each newcomer, the bonds of our family strained, and soon we were as strangers to each other. And when those bonds were finally broken, my brothers and sisters planted only for themselves and ate and drank alone. And it was there, in the empty space between us, that sin took root. Nergal sentinels have awoken and clamor at our barricades. Learn from our mistakes. Oh. Strange object in the shape of a suitcase. We'll probably never know what this was for. Okay, just in case, we don't do all this. Barricades.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
There's no need for this to end in violence.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege. But you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed?
Just hear me out.
Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
Something can be destroyed by the truth. It deserves to be destroyed by the truth. No shame in building on the works of people who came before you. He's not gonna buy that one. Going for the top one, it might be wrong though.
Then you admit it. You wish to destroy
I think it might be the last one.
I will not allow this. Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives.
Yeah, I think it's probably the last one.
Sent to the Duat in death and be judged accordingly. We prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales and to swear ourselves innocent of sin before the 42 assessors of Ma'at. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only a seed of truth. And now I ask myself, Did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives simply to trick us into obedience?
Isn't being a good person a worthwhile pursuit in all of itself?
I am not sure I follow. Speak plainly.
Even if your beliefs about the afterlife weren't quite accurate, isn't the important thing they motivated you to live good lives? If you were only good in life because you expected a reward, were you really a good person?
Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point?
You're going to abandon a lifetime of good character now that it matters most just because you found out you were misled.
You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live, and you may do what you will with that plaque. I will remain here for a while and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my people's beliefs. Go.
Didn't know where that one was coming from. Okay, so we've got 2 more plaques. Not bad, not bad.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Good to see you again, friend. Did you find what you need? I enjoyed our chat, but...
Well... Yeah. Wrong way. Wrong way. I don't understand why that is such a pain in the butt part to get over. Down here. Yes. Run all this way.
Citizen. Salve again, my... Now, what...
We've thought about running for magistrate yourself?
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on. And maybe that's not such a...
Manius runs, he's going to break the golden rule and kill us all.
And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time loop, haven't you? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal?
Hey, good. All right.
All right, friend.
That's
Hope you find a way to...
let's see, what do we have? Yeah, we can go and put these in up there. Gonna put in the plaques up there. I'm just wondering about. Because there's two endings. Left. Kill somebody and to get this going, because I don't think there's anything. Okay, we just need to pay him 2,000. Yeah, we have so much money, so an issue. Yeah. But kinda. Just going for the election. I am wondering what's behind this one. This one is going to turn out to be one of those that follows us. I get in here. Can't get... Find a way. Glitch ourselves in or something? Just in case it just goes bad.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
That was it. That was so not worth it. Okay. Well, that was not worth getting in there. Let's see, some money that we don't need and arrows that we don't need.